In this series, we hop across the Atlantic to visit my home province of Nova Scotia, Canada. Our maritime journey begins in the capital, Halifax, a charming historic city with beautiful ocean views, a vibrant culinary scene, and some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet. Join us as we explore Canada's ocean playground.
Welcome to this week's video. We are not in Europe anymore. We are in Canada, which is super exciting because this is where Brandon is from. And we're actually going to explore his hometown, Halifax, Nova Scotia, which is exciting.
Right now we're in Dartmouth, which is just across the harbor from Halifax. That's technically where I grew up, but Halifax is where all the action is, so we can't wait to see what it's like. I haven't been here for 7 years, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how much has changed. All my family, all my friends talk about how things are so different, so let's see for ourselves how different it really is.
So let's take the ferry and have some fun.
Let's go.
You should definitely ride the ferry when you come to Halifax because that way you get almost like a free little journey across the ocean. It's only $2.75 for a ride. You have to have exact change, so that's very important. And yeah, it's really nice, it's really convenient and quick. And you can get to Halifax or to Dartmouth because at this point, I guess Dartmouth is maybe worth checking out for some restaurants and bars as well.
So right now we're at the Halifax Waterfront, and it's so weird how much this has changed. It seems like everywhere that I go, everywhere is different, but of course at the same time there's things that are very familiar. Like behind me, we have the wave right now. I just made Anya run up it because as kids, that was one thing you always had to do whenever you were in Halifax, even though it says specifically do not climb. There's also an old playground that I used to play on when I was a kid, but they changed that. There's all sorts of new buildings, beer gardens, and yeah, we're really excited to just explore more of it and see what else there is here because it looks pretty cool so far.
Pretty soon after you get off the ferry, you'll find all these food stands at the boardwalk, all these snacks and ice cream and a beer garden. And I think there's more of those around here. And I don't think it used to be this way.
Right now we are at the waterfront and we just finished ordering some food. We ordered a one-piece fish and chips and it was about $16 and we ordered it from a place called Katch. Now, I definitely don't remember all these businesses being here before 7 years ago. I could be wrong, but we are very excited to try out this food. As I said, we have a fish and chips. This is haddock. Usually growing up, it would always be either haddock or cod. And also, it came with free dipping sauces. We got chipotle and a tartar sauce, so I'm gonna go with the tartar sauce. Light, fluffy fish. Obviously haddock is a white fish, so it's really flaky, a little bit meaty. The tartar sauce is tangy. Obviously, if you know what it is, it's got pickles and things like that inside. And they also have this chipotle one, which was one I picked. That one has more of a kick to it, a little bit of spice, that's really tasty. This is a pretty decent price for a one-piece fish and chips. I'm sure you could find cheaper, but overall, it's a pretty good deal.
I've only had fish and chips in, I think, the UK and in Iceland, and I guess the UK is famous for fish and chips. So I'm very curious if the fish and chips in North America, specifically Canada, is better. I can say that I already like the look of these fries. I just think that they seem a bit more greasy and like maybe flavorful. I don't know, let's see. Yeah, I like these chips.
Like the fries or chips? Make up your mind.
I mean, looking at them, they're fries, but they call it fish and chips, so.
Yeah, it's true.
They're like crispy, but at the same time floppy, and yeah, I really like the taste of the skins. It's almost like those chips or fries that you get when they're cooked in like duck fat or anything like that, which makes them always a bit more tasty.
I'm sure they're not, but.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean. Fish is very light, like you said, very healthy tasting. It's not too greasy, all of this. I like it. Is it better? Probably the same. They're all good. It's delicious. Another snack we're gonna try is a Donair Egg Roll, which we have right here. It's this fried little spring roll. I think technically it's like a Chinese or North American Chinese dish. In this particular case, it has Donair meat in it. And if you don't know what a Donair is, then you definitely have to watch one of our upcoming videos, which is going to be all about food in Nova Scotia and Halifax and Canada. Just to give you a hint, Donair is similar to a doner kebab or a Greek gyro, but they have their own version here. The meat's a bit more spiced and it comes with a special sauce, which is made out of condensed milk and it's sweet. And don't tell Canadians or Nova Scotians that it's the same as a doner kebab or it's the same as a kebab. They won't like that because it's different. Let me dip it in the sauce. It's basically just fried dough filled with the meat.
Does it actually have tomatoes and onions in it?
No, I don't see any. It's yummy. It's kind of like if you are already full and you just want to have a little taste of Donair, you get this egg roll. And you don't have to stuff yourself with a big wrap. It's yummy.
Delicious.
There's a bunch of activities that you can do, like get on a boat around the harbor. There's this one boat, what is it called?
Harbor hopper.
Harbor hopper that goes on land as well.
It's a land to sea vehicle, so it's kind of cool. You drive straight into the ocean after you do a little tour around the city and they give you some information. Yeah, I think I did it when I was younger. It's pretty interesting.
I did it in Boston. It was fun, but we're poor, so that's why the ferry is gonna be all we can do on the water.
Wah, wah.
Come to the Scotiabank Center to watch a hockey game, because whenever you come to Canada, you have to watch some hockey. We're at Citadel Hill and we can see the Halifax Citadel, and apparently it was once the headquarters for a massive array of coastal defenses that made Halifax one of the most heavily defended places in North America. From up here you can see the place, Ground Zero, where the Halifax Explosion happened on December 6th, which is St. Nicholas Day in Germany, in 1917. Yeah. And it is the biggest explosion that was man-made prior to the first atomic bomb.
Yeah, there was 1,600 people killed and 9,000 wounded. If you are Canadian or from Halifax, you've definitely heard of this. We have these little things called like heritage moments, which would always play on TV, and there was one for Halifax. It's probably the most iconic thing to ever happen in Halifax. It's pretty devastating back then. There's actually a ghost tour even that goes around in Halifax, because there's plenty of ghost stories that go along with it, because a lot of people died, so a lot of creepy stories with that.
We are inside the Citadel now. In 1869, the British troops lived here, which is when Canada was only 2 years old. So it's been a long time, and this place was used for the British Army and then later for the Canadian Army.
One cool thing that I remember from my childhood about Halifax is that at exactly 12 o'clock every day, except for Christmas, these cannons go off. They shoot off these cannons, but they shoot blanks. So I think it's more just for the sound than anything else. It's obviously they don't shoot real cannonballs into the city or anything like that, but it always happens at 12 noon. And also, I always remember the bagpipes, hearing bagpipes everywhere, which is obviously probably not a normal thing if you're from the rest of Canada, but it is here. I wonder if we can find any bagpipes here while we're at it. Probably not, but it's from my childhood. I've actually only been to the Citadel maybe like once in my life, even though I lived here for the first one. That was probably one of the cannons.
It's a gun, no? Because he has a gun in his hand.
Oh, well then I guess he's firing one of the guns. Well, that was a fail. Take two. As I was saying, I've only been to Halifax Citadel maybe like once in my life when I was a child, even though I lived here forever. But it's really cool to walk around. It's only $12.50 per person, taxes in, so that's not too bad. It's interesting to walk around and see all the history and just experience a different side of the city. It's very old school. There's people that are dressed in traditional outfits from like the 1800s. Plus, of course, the guards are also dressed like you would see them in the UK. The guards of Buckingham, they're in like kilts and all these other things. So yeah, I don't know. It's worth checking out for an afternoon if you have some spare time.
While exploring the Citadel, we also highly recommend checking out the various museums within. The first museum detailed the history of Nova Scotia, including information about its First Nations people, the Mi'kmaq, all the way up until current-day Halifax. Next up, we explored the Army Museum, which contained various munitions, uniforms, and memorabilia from past wars. With a price tag of only $12.50, we think the Citadel is well worth a visit if you're ever in Halifax.
Right now we're at Spring Garden Road, which is known to be probably the busiest shopping district in Halifax. It's really only this one street though, but it's one of the most popular places to come and get some food, to buy some clothes. There's makeup stores, coffee shops all over the place. And I used to come here all the time when I lived in Halifax because I actually lived kind of down the street. It's not really that exciting when you compare it to places like Toronto or anything like that, but still really relaxing. There's beautiful greenery everywhere. There's the library, and yeah, lots of cool spots that I used to hang out when I was younger. Pretty beautiful.
And if it's sunny like it is now, you might want to go relax. And there's these beautiful public gardens in the middle of Halifax where you can chill out. And apparently it's one of the finest surviving examples of Victorian gardens in North America. So quite special. It was established in 1874. It's really beautiful and it's very well taken care of and very intricate, and all these beautiful flowers, and there's a pond and there's a gazebo, and it's just very pristine.
It's serene.
Yes.
I haven't really been here for a long time, but it's even more beautiful than I remember actually.
So you come here a lot as a kid?
I wouldn't say as a kid, but when I lived in Halifax, I used to walk through here all the time.
With his girlfriend on a date?
Yeah, maybe, sometimes. Actually, I might have taken prom pictures here. Oops.
No.
So we're back where we started this whole day at the waterfront, and we are now having Cow's ice cream. Cow's is actually from Prince Edward Island, which is pretty close to my home province of Nova Scotia, but it was something that I definitely grew up with. It was always on the waterfront. You could always smell their homemade waffle cones anytime you would walk by. So we got two different flavors here. We got a peanut butter kind of one and a cheesecake one. And a lot of the names of the ice creams on the menu are puns, cow puns, like mooey gooey and things like that. They're basically all cow puns, so kind of cheesy, but yeah, I'm ready to try this. It looks really good. It was pretty expensive too, so it's dripping everywhere. It's delicious. It's all in my beard already. I love peanut butter. This has little like Reese's peanut butter cups almost inside. I don't even know if I can get to the other one. Yeah, this is delicious ice cream, but it is melting so fast. It's not even hot out, but yeah, we gotta eat this before it's too late. So, bye.
I'll save it. So good. I feel like North America definitely knows how to do peanut butter flavors, because as a European, this is just the bomb. And this cone, we got the one with peanuts and chocolate on the edge, and I was a bit suspicious, or not suspicious, but
hesitant.
Yeah, when Brandon ordered it because it was $1.50 extra, but it's worth it.
Yeah,
it's delicious.
Amazing.
It's a good cone.
That is the end of our video here in Halifax. I certainly hope that you guys liked it because we had a really great time filming it. Right now we are at the BG here in Halifax. It's basically a beer garden on the waterfront, and I'm having a Keith's Red.
I have a Garrison Georgia Peach.
Yeah,
which is delicious.
Yeah, it's a local craft beer. So we're just gonna chug these down, enjoy these, and yeah, enjoy the rest of our day here in Halifax.
And if you like this video, make sure to click on like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Let us know if you're from here, where else we should have gone, and where other people should go, and where else we should travel in Canada, and all that.
But yeah, that's it for this video, and we will see you all in the next one. Cheers.